Okay, so let's start with plugging in the foot switch in. So this is just the jack lead for it. There you go. That's in, and then we want the next one, which is the speaker cable. Right, I strongly advise anyone that uses like these type of amps and stuff, not combos, to use a proper cable, because like a lot of people just use a normal jack cable for it, and it's not, they're not designed to do that. Like they don't have double the thickness and stuff, and they're not shock resistant, and they don't cancel out hum and stuff. So you want to get like a proper cable for your speaker. I had to buy mine with mine, so for some reason when I bought my amp they decided not to include it. So this wasn't Laney, this was the store that I bought it from, which is Guitar, which I really don't like. Okay, and so you plug it in the 16 ohm slot. Doesn't matter which order it is because it's the same either way. And then on the back of the cabinet you've got input and link. The link is for the extra cabinet that you're going to use, but you want to put that on the input, of course. So it's like a send from here, send to the cabinet. So that's the input. Then, okay, next cable, you would use obviously your Euro lead, which is called a kettle lead as well. That's its alias. Right, that goes in there. Okay, and then obviously that goes into the extension or whatever wall mains you're going to use. So these are the main bits that you'll plug in. This is like, so the head's completely dry at the moment. It's got no sends or returns or anything. So here you go. This is my jack lead. It's a Planet Waves lead. Doesn't really matter what type of lead it is, as long as it's good quality. Well, for some reason these keep breaking really easily. And then you would go from your send. So this one would go into the pedal, but I'm going to use a multi-effects pedal because that's what I'm going to use really. I mean, I've got like delay pedals and stuff like that to use, but I prefer just to use multi-effects at the moment. And then you want to plug this other cable, ooh, I just dropped it, the other cable into the return, and then after this it will go into the effects pedal, but it's in its case around there. So I'll take it out and then I'll plug everything in. Okay, so this is my effects pedal, my multi effects, and this is, as you can see, a Boss GT8. I got this a few years ago, and I've set the banks up and stuff, so it's got like reverb is the second one, and clean, then a flanger, that's on the second bank, then a chorus and stuff. So these all send out. So the back of this also has a master output level, where you can see there's two cables are between there, and that's like the output of the pedal itself. It's like its own head in its own right, but I don't use it for that kind of thing. And you've got to get the balance right between the head, the back of here, the Laney, and like a multi-effects pedal like this. Even if you've got like your delay pedal that has like a output section where you can turn it up or down. If it's too loud, it'll basically affect the overall output of your amp. It'll sound louder. It's like a volume boost, but you don't want that because then it either sounds digital or it doesn't sound as good. So you've got to get that level right, so it's more amp and the effect is just there. There's a little extra flavour to your playing and your sound. So basically what I'm going to do is I'll turn my amp on and I'll put it on just a like same EQ settings for everything. So presence is 5, bass is 5, every one of them is 5, apart from the master volume because that's far too loud. And the gain will just be like a clean volume, so I'll have it at like 3. I'll just try to stage it 2. Okay, so if I turn it off, stand by, and then I turn the master volume up. Bear in mind this is a very loud amp. So, if I put the camera down, I'll just play a little bit. You'll be able to hear the different effects, okay? Right. The good thing about having like this kind of effects pedal with Boss is it's got its own volume pedal, so I can take the effect out. banjo. If you've got the levels right, you'll get like a really good tone in that. Yeah, I mean, you get some good sounds. This is what I use for my reverb solo stuff. So like if I go like, so once again, if you take it out. Over there, I just actually put the wah on back, so I'm going to take that off. So, I've got that kind of thing. And then in my other bank, I've got the same sort of thing in the first one and two, so it's like a complete clean. Reverb. Delay. So I've got that kind of thing going on, so when you're doing like tapping and you can use it for that, and then I've got chorus on that as well. So like a so you can pretty much get the gist of it really. And then in my next video I'm just going to basically talk about the Laney itself, and then use the bus as like an extra thing. I'll also mention my full tone pedal. This bad thing here that I use for soloing. It's an absolutely insane pedal. Okay, thanks for watching.